we tend not to talk so much about women being abusive. So hello guys, how are you doing? So how has it been with you, family, work, children, and also school? Like, how has everything been going? Hope it's been going very well, and also according to plans. I hope so. So my name is Mojerela Olatunbosun. If today's your first time here, welcome. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys. I really appreciate. So in my last video, I talked about 3 red flags in men. So today we're talking about 3 red flags in women. Why do I keep doing like this for 3? Like, this is 3. So yeah, 3, oh god, 3 red flags in women. Yeah, first on my list is an abusive woman. Yes, most times we talk more about men being abusive, men being violent, and all that, but we tend not to talk so much about women being abusive. So, so an abusive woman is a red flag. So, there are different ways a woman can abuse a man, and the first one on my list is emotional abuse. So how can a woman abuse a man emotionally? This is by saying words that are not right, words that are not encouraging, words that are not good for the man. Like things like, oh, can't you see your mate? You can actually do better. Why did you have to do that? Why did you have to say that? You're so stupid. You're so ugly. You're so like the ugly words. Yeah, let's just say the negative words, like the ugly words. When a woman keeps saying these things to a man, that is her being abusive to the man. And also not appreciating a man's effort. Imagine a man who tries his best to put food on the table, who tries his best to do different things, and then there's a woman who keeps on bringing down his efforts. Like, you don't appreciate anything. Like, even when the man gets you something, like maybe for Valentine or for any occasion, then the woman is like, oh, what is this? You could have gotten better. Can't you see what your mate is getting? So comparison, yeah, is also a form of emotional abuse to men. Yeah. And the second one is financial abuse. Yes, a woman can abuse a man financially also. And an example is this might sound like a typical example, although, but there are actually other examples of financial abuse towards men. And this is probably the woman, when a woman is earning more than a man, then she says things like, oh, like, I'm earning more, so I should be in charge of this, I should be in charge of that. Like, this is what you're going to do. You can't eat more than this amount of food in the house. You're not out. You can't eat more than this amount of food in the house. You can't do this. You have to take care of the children. You have to do the chores. You have to do this. You have to do that, just because the man is not working. So that is a form of financial abuse to a man. Another way a woman can abuse a man financially is also borrowing money without returning it. Yes, this is tricky. Yeah, so explaining this, like, you know that there's a particular project that your man, your fiance, or your boyfriend wants to invest in, and then you're like, okay, let me borrow this money from you because I want to do something, and I'm going to return it at a particular time. And then the generous boyfriend gives the girl the money, yeah, expecting to get it back because he wants to also use it to make some investment and do some things, like, yeah. And then the girl is like, oh, I'm sorry, but I can't return the money. Like, you know, this nonchalant attitude that, oh, what can you do? I already have the money and now I can't return it. So, like, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so that is a form of financial abuse towards a man. And another one I'm going to be saying is when a woman also forces a man to get things that you know that he can't afford. When you allow a man to, like, take loans, try to get things, like, because you just say that, oh, my friend is carrying a Chanel bag today and I'm not carrying a Chanel bag, so I need to tell my husband, I need to tell my boyfriend or my fiance to help me to also get this bag for me. And then the fiance has to go and borrow or has to do something just to get that. So that is also a form of financial abuse towards men. So the last form of abuse I'm mentioning from men. So the last So the last form of abuse I'm mentioning from women to men is the physical abuse. Yeah. So women can also abuse men physically. Yeah. So these are all red flags. Yeah. So the second red flag in women is when a woman has a different value from yours, the man. Yes, our values, our aspirations, our goals, our motives, whatever it is she wants in life are totally different from the man's values. So a very simple explanation to this is when a woman wants to be a stay-at-home mom, not a sit-at-home mom, because she's actually still doing things when she's at home. So a stay-at-home mom, and then she wants to do some other things like maybe be a YouTuber, an influencer, and other things like out there. Like she still wants to earn money, or maybe she doesn't want to earn money and just wants to relax on her husband's income. Yeah. So, and then there's this man that wants an office wife. A wife that wakes up in the morning with him, then they dress up the children, take them to the kindergarten, and then they go to their different places of work. So when you have two different people like this coming together, it can be a problem later in the marriage. But the woman can be like, oh, I don't really feel like working in the office anymore. I want to have my own business. I want to be an influencer. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then the man like, oh, you're not serious. Like, how do you want us to earn money? Do you know how long it will take for you to start earning money as a YouTuber? Do you know, like, what is your market? Where will you get people to buy the things you want to sell? Like, do you know how long it takes for people to even get interested in product, and then for you to now start getting your own profit? So when you have like clashing interests like this, so it's not very good. It's a red flag. And the third red flag in women is jealousy. Jealousy is a no-no in every relationship. A jealous person finds it very hard to think straight. And as women, we tend to read meanings to almost everything that happens around us. The actions, the words, the non-verbal cues. Like we have high tendency of reading meanings into it. And then by the time a woman just says some things sometimes and you're like, are you serious? This is what you've been thinking. This is what you actually thought I did. Like, so you're going to be surprised. So now imagine being with a person who is jealous. A jealous woman would find it hard to stay with a man that has just female siblings, because by the time he sees them, the way he takes care of them, the way he talks to them, might be like, oh, you're doing more for your sisters than you do for me. You're doing more for your mom than you do for me. Like, oh, I should have the final say. Why would your mom tell you to do that and then you're doing it? A jealous woman will tell you not to take advice from anybody else aside herself. So these are the three red flags that I noted for women. And I said the first one is abuse. And the second one is a woman who doesn't have the same values as yours, the man. And the third one is a jealous woman. So these are all red flags. Yeah, I got it right this time. So these are all red flags in women. Yeah. So overall, I'm going to be saying this. We need a man or a woman that is spiritually inclined. A person who loves God. Like when you're with someone who loves God, it's very easy for that person to love you back. And when the person loves you back, it's easy for the person to be kind to you, respectful, no violence, no jealousy. Yes, it's good to be jealous sometimes. Like, yes, oh, yes, it's one of the feelings that we have as humans, but then we are able to also control it. It's just like anger. Like everyone gets angry. Like it's just the way we are able to manage our angers that are different. Like you see some people, when some things happen sometimes, they like go back, think about it, reflect first before they speak. It's not that they don't get angry, they also get angry. Meanwhile, there are some people out there that by the time something happens, they just flare up and then scatter everywhere. Yes, it's just the levels that are different. So that's the same thing with jealousy. We all get jealous, but a jealous person, like a person who embodies jealousy, is a no-no. So that's like the explanation there. So it's something like, okay, like, yeah. So everyone gets jealous, but a person who embodies jealousy, a person who has the trait, like everyone around him or her can actually say, oh, this person is a jealous person. This person gets jealous so easily. Then yes, that person is a no. So overall, like I've said earlier, we all need someone who is spiritually inclined, who loves God. And another thing also is someone who communicates very well. Like communication is key. Every relationship, we all need to communicate very well. Like, because like I mentioned earlier on, that women, we tend to read meanings to actions, words, or things that have been done to us. Like, so communication is very important. And listening, let us just listen to let us just hear what has been said, but listen to what has been said. When you listen, you are able to digest before you then respond. So you're not just going to like hear and then bloom immediately. So listening helps you to actually understand what the person had said and then respond thereafter. So that is what listening does. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. Bye.